Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abeticola on 312 Sports.
We give you Forward Progress here on 312 Sports, talking about your 1 and 2 Chicago Bears as they are set to take on the Las Vegas Raiders at Allegiant Stadium with a 3:25 start.
CBS broadcast.
And a reminder that, with their D team, it's like Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta. Oof, it might be a rough one. But
it can't be any worse than Tom Brady. So
correct. And we'll be with you after the game, by the way, immediately. So if you haven't joined Forward Progress, this very show, for your immediate live Bears postgame, you are missing out on the earliest. We're always the first to it, and we're the best. That's why you should join us.
So subscribe to it if you haven't already, and then hit the little bell icon on the YouTube channel, and you can get alerts right to your phone.
So we're going to talk about that game, and importantly, this is also on Friday when we look at the opponent and we do our top 10 all-time list for the Bears' opponent. We have done the top 10 Vikings of all time.
Yep.
The top 10 Lions of all time. The top 10 Cowboys of all time. So today, I've done a lot of work on this one. I was into the wee hours last night putting together my top 10 Raiders of all time. And this list, I promise you, will not disappoint when we get there. But first, let's take a look at what the injury situation is at the moment. We'll get the designations today, but usually those can be inferred from what happens on Thursday. TJ Edwards, Kyler Gordon, Grady Jarrett, Colston Loveland, Darnell Wright were all DNPs Thursday.
That means did not participate.
So those will be some mix, I believe, of doubtful and questionable. Jalen Jones was a limited participant. Cole Kmet, full. DeAndre Swift, limited. DeMarco Jackson, full. And
you said Loveland, right?
I did.
Okay.
Colston Loveland did not practice with what was said to be a minor hip injury. So that may just be a thing where they expect him to play, but they don't want him to bother with it during the week.
And NFL.com, you need to fix your page here because they actually have Jalen Johnson as participating.
That did not happen.
I'm reading through it. I'm like, what? That's not true.
I think we probably would have known.
That's a mistake.
Now, the good news is that the Raiders aren't that good either. And the bad news is they've got a handful of individual players who can make your life difficult.
Yeah, on the Raiders side of things, too, Dan, Brock Bowers, full participation.
He's one of them.
Yes, so he's all good to go. They do have a couple guys did not participate, but the main important thing is Brock Bowers. He's back, good to go.
All right. Well, he will be, if he's not already, the best tight end in football. It's certainly not going to take him long to get there, and that means they got to figure out how that matchup is going to work. How much zone are we going to see from Dennis Allen? How much man are we going to see from Dennis Allen? Man. And with Jalen Johnson out, how do they manage this personnel? Who's going to be up? Who's going to be down? Dennis Allen met the media, and I don't know if he got angry this time for people asking about the previous game.
Did not get angry.
Are you sure?
He did not, but the first question, though, was about the Raiders, so no one tried going backwards.
Because they played well enough. Because the
page was turned.
I see, because he's got to inform that. He should bring it on and actually do that for us. But apparently Tyreek Stevenson was a topic.
Without Jalen, obviously, there's more on Tyreek to face some tougher matchups. What has he shown you in terms of stepping into this kind of role, and what did you see of him on Sunday?
Yeah, well, look, I think each and every week he comes in and goes to work and tries to improve, and that's what we got to see. And we've said this from day one. It's really about consistency with him, and so that's kind of what our challenge is each and every day to him, to be, a consistent worker, consistent physically, mentally, because he's got the talent to be able to do it. It's really about consistency, and I saw improvement in that area.
They challenge him every day to be a consistent worker.
How?
I don't know. I mean, when you hear that, what do you think?
Lazy.
That's the first thing I think. And if that's not the case, then he needs to be careful how he says that. Because like when your head coach calls you out for not practicing hard enough, and he called the whole team out last week, now your defense coordinator says we challenge him to be consistent.
Either lazy or distracted. He could be trying hard but can't remember what he's supposed to do.
Which is maybe why he said consistent mentally. But yeah, it just, be careful with that, because that's really could be a significant trigger of a guy that doesn't work hard. And if that's not the case, you don't want to get that out there.
Well, maybe we're noticing that this coaching staff is willing to put things out there in the media, and that's okay. If this is an important part of their coaching strategy, to consider that this is how you're going to hear. Like, we've tried all we can. What was the exact wording of that? Like, remind him every day to be consistent.
Let's hear.
Remind him every day, like every single. Hey, Tyreek, remember, this is your job and everything. Be consistent. Let's go now. Or is it in between reps? Maybe, hey, eyes on me. Focus here. Let's remember what we're doing out there.
Here's what he said.
I think each and every week he comes in and goes to work and tries to improve. And that's what we got to see. And we've said this from day one. It's really about consistency with him. And so that's kind of what our challenge is each and every day to him, to be, a consistent worker, consistent physically, mentally, because he's got the talent to be able to do it. It's really about consistency, and I saw improvement in that area.
That's from day one.
Practice harder.
So that it says a couple things that could be the case, or there just wasn't enough accountability, which we know in the last regime where Tyreek Stevenson played under, obviously.
Yeah, and the time in practice where they did apply some of that, he threw a hissy fit.
Yeah. So be a consistent worker.
That's the least you think you'd expect from somebody who's gotten a new lease on life, who could easily have been just put out to pasture by another regime.
Well, not only that, you're an NFL player.
Right.
Like, these aren't, this isn't a 12U football team where it's like, hey, we got to work hard every play. Like, you're a professional athlete. This is your job.
You get an unbelievable opportunity here, too.
So, again, this is a very big game for Tyreek Stevenson going into that Commanders game. I like how you've talked about that and how he could rewrite the narrative. So it really changes the complexion of how that game is covered for Tyreek Stevenson.
Have a good game and not a bad game, and you're going to have a much better week.
Yeah, so you could then look at, from a production standpoint, the previous 2 weeks where you had the biggest play of the game in the Cowboys game that really turned around that first drive, that set a tone for the Bears and that entire game. And then if you build on that with a good game against the Raiders, you can't go back. I mean, you can in TV production, you can do whatever they want and go back to last year's game, but you can also set out there, hey, this is what's happened recently these last 2 weeks with Jalen Johnson out. This is what he's done to lead this defense to victories.
So that's if Colston Loveland is fine, we will look for his continued emergence, as well as the target puzzle on offense remains something that we are examining and observing as it goes. And whether it is a game-to-game matchup-based situation or squeaky wheel starts to get the grease, we don't know. I think our speculation was that DJ Moore in the backfield accomplishes a couple things, keeps him invested, it gives him opportunities with the ball in his hands, and also helps supplement a bad running game. Because it is that.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And, Ben Johnson had a special meeting to talk about the run game and, to really get on the same page with what they want to do, how it's supposed to look, how they want it to run.
And they keep saying the same things. Go to where the play is supposed to go. This is how it's designed. This is the crease. This is the weak spot. We have schemed this all up. So you go here. Go there.
Yeah, and maybe he does that to motivate. Because really, when he's talking about that, he's talking about DeAndre Swift not executing the way that he needs to execute on a regular basis in the run game. And maybe he does this, has these meetings to kind of rally the troops together, to get the offensive line to get behind DeAndre Swift. And, hey, we got you, and this is what we can. I don't know.
The offensive line's still coming together.
Well,
that's a process.
It's only been 3 weeks.
It's only been 3 weeks, and they're learning. All of these veterans. These decorated veterans are all learning how to work with each other.
That's what I wanted. I want to understand what's the issue with them. Like, what don't they get? So it's either the way it's being taught or the way it's being explained or what they're asking of them just isn't normal. I don't know. It was really odd when he said that.
That I understand they got a bunch of rookies out there, but they've got to play together and learn each other and all that. Well, get on with it.
Yeah, your tackles aren't the veterans that the interior of your line is,
But they're
But they're
veterans.
veterans, period.
Look at how many games they've started. Come on.
And I'm telling you, talking about the offensive line, this Theo Benedict, Max Crosby thing.
Maybe.
If that's a thing.
Yeah, if it is, and it might be, that's trouble.
Which is trouble by itself, but then it just goes back to the fact that you drafted a guy who's inactive and not playing and not good enough, and he's getting beaten to that role by an undrafted guy from Canada.
Let alone your third-round pick from last year, who couldn't play last year,
Right.
got into a couple games, now is ostensibly healthy and can't get on the field.
Yeah, and probably won't be around much longer.
What are you doing with your third-round picks?
I don't know.
Like that's really bad. Now, the one place the Bears may have a distinct tactical advantage, I'm quoting Charlie Weiss here, I apologize for that, is on special teams. Because I think Richard Hightower has been watching different film. That's all I can figure out here is the Bears special teams coordinator, as he prepares his troops for the Raiders. I don't, like, the stats don't back up some of what he's talking about.
Yeah, because even the question that was asked was, when you look at the games and watch the film, they're very vulnerable on special teams, and here was Hightower's answer.
When I look at the tape, I see guys playing hard, playing to the whistle, and finishing. I mean, I see one play that happened that can skew that, but this team is going to be ready to go. I think Coach mentioned it to you all, and I've been in the division with Pete Carroll before. Like, they're always good on teams. So we're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe on any of that kind of stuff where
You're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe?
Coach McMahon has been in the league close to 2 decades, coaching special teams. You don't last 2 decades without coaching really good football. Coach Swinton, who's his assistant, does a phenomenal job. He's been a 2-time coordinator in this league as well. And I know they'll have that unit ready to go. And then they also have a third guy over there. They got 3 guys. They got Kay Raker. So they got another guy that's helping them out. So Coach Blevins and I are going to have our eyes and ears open and be on top of our details this week. And we're excited to try to go get our first road win. That's where our focus is.
So let me tell you about the Raiders and their special teams. As far as return yards on punts, the Raiders are the worst in the NFL, giving up the most return yards on punts, 32nd. Now, the Bears aren't that much better. They're 29th at 115 yards, but the Raiders are the worst punt coverage team through 3 weeks. They've had the most third most punts in the league at 13. The Bears have had the third most punts at 14.
I mean, he can name all the coaches he wants.
Right.
It doesn't mean th're good.
Right. That's just
And it also, maybe the coaches aren't good. Just because he knows their names, it doesn't mean they're good.
I mean, that's just one coach not wanting to talk negatively about another team's special teams. That's all that is. Because they have been vulnerable, they have been bad, and you can't come out and then say, "Well, I've watched the tape and I see guys that play hard, they finish to the whistle."
I don't.
That's not the case.
Their tackling has been terrible. If you actually ask people and hear some of the analysis that's been done, they're not good at the tackling part of it, which is the most important part of the coverage.
And then on kickoff returns, the Raiders are the worst in the NFL at allowing 30.9 yards per return. Bears are right in the middle at 21st. They're giving up 24.9. But the Raiders are the worst. So you can't watch that on tape and say, I see guys that play hard, they play to the whistle. That's not the case when you're statistically the worst team in football at both those areas, in covering the punts and covering kickoffs.
And where do we stand on the line right now? The Bears remain a 1-point favorite? Or
That's the last that I saw, yes.
Then we're going to wait for what the injury designations are
what that
today.
does to it, yeah.
And we'll see what that does to it. But you can't play the underdog game when you're going on the road as a favorite. There's enough belief in the Chicago Bears or enough people skewing the line with their betting because of how much attention the Bears bring. So keep in mind the crowd will be very Bears favorable for a road game, as much of a home game on the road as you can get because of the estimates that it's 50-50 based on ticket sales at this point.
Yeah, and as far as return yards on the kickoff, the Raiders are right in the middle of the pack, and the Bears down towards the lower third. I'm sorry. No, let me reverse that there. Sorry. There we go. Bears are in the top third with the Raiders in the middle of the pack as far as return yards. So it's an opportunity for the Bears to take advantage of the Raiders' poor kickoff coverage with Luther Burden, maybe get some more opportunities to return the ball and use some of his speed. So we'll see if the Bears can take advantage of the Patriots special teams to help set them up offensively to make shorter fields for Caleb Williams in the offense.
You want to get to the top 10 Raiders of all time?
I do.
This is going to be
very excited about it.
This is my favorite thing on Fridays, just because of the work we put in. It's really important, and especially if you're a longtime fan of Raiders, that you're going to make sure that your people are on here, and that's really the whole idea when we do these top 10 lists. It's really for the people who are just diehard fans who want to make sure that, well, how does it stack up against my list of the all-time great Raiders?
But first, I want to tell you about a new sponsor here on Forward Progress. It's called Lucy. You can check them out online at lucy.co. That's lucy.co. Lucy products are 100% pure nicotine and always tobacco-free. They come in pouches, gum, breakers. Now, breakers are their pouches that have a burstable flavor capsule inside that you can crush anytime for an instant burst of hydration and flavor. Lucy products are available in some great flavors like mint, wintergreen, apple ice, mango, berry citrus, espresso, apple cider, cinnamon, and pomegranate. There's definitely a flavor there for you. Now, if you're looking for a tobacco-free product that delivers that kick of nicotine you need for an extra boost in your day or something to help take the edge off, Lucy Products has what you need. Let's level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/FP20 and use promo code FP20 to receive 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. You can even set yourself up with a subscription and have Lucy delivered straight to your door. So don't wait. Order your Lucy today, whether it's gum, pouches, or breakers. Use promo code FP20 for 22% off your first order. Go to lucy.co/FP20 right now. Here comes the fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Usually you start this, and I'll mention if any of your top Raiders are also on my list, and then I go through mine, and sometimes we're right on the same wavelength, on the same page, as it were. Other times, not so much. I put a lot of thought into this.
That's good. I'm glad you did, because this was a fun one.
Mine is intensely researched.
All right, here, we're going to kick off the top 10 Raiders of all time.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash with a silver hat about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
So this is the top 10 Raiders. So, Dan, this is the top 10 Raiders of all time. You know what a Raider is, Dan?
Go ahead. I told you this. I knew this was going to be great. I look forward to this so much.
A person who attacks an enemy in the enemy's territory, a marauder. So I asked, AI.
Oh, see, I didn't use AI.
No, I asked AI if a pirate is considered a raider.
Can be.
And it is.
Well, I tried to keep the pirates out of it because I think a pirate's a pirate, and because it's the name of another team.
But it's not a football team.
I know.
It's a baseball team.
I know.
But a pirate can be a raider. And then, there's another category of raiders as well, too. Tomb raiders.
Well, I have several of those.
All right. So you want to start your list? What do you want to do? How do you
No,
want
I
to do
think
this?
you start yours, and then
Okay.
I usually will tell you.
Okay.
So I've got a handful of honorable mentions, and then my top 10.
All right. Here are the. This is the official list from the committee.
Okay.
We have 5 honorable mentions today. Coming in at number 15, honorable mention is the Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Okay.
Football team represents the Texas Tech University. The Red Raiders compete as a member of the Big 12. The program began in 1925. Congrats on 100 years, and has had an overall winning record, including a total of 11 conference titles and 1 division title, making them an honorable mention for the top 10 Raiders of all time, coming in at number 15. Number 14, Howie Long. Howard Matthew Moses Long is a former American professional football player in the National Football League for 13 seasons. He played college football for the Villanova Wildcats, go Cats, and was selected by the Raiders in the second round of the 1981 NFL Draft. Long is a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and a Super Bowl champion. He is an honorable mention. Number 13. This is an honorable mention as well, Dan. And this one is very special, near and dear to my heart as a 10-year-old boy.
Thundering across the galaxy and into legend. The last brave starfighters who become Space Raiders. The action explodes as the fight for freedom races across the universe.
Get us out of here!
A frightened boy, a last-ditch hero and his alien crew, soaring into battle to save the galaxy.
There's another one coming in.
Such an appealing little boy.
When you touch this boy, I'll kill you where you stand.
They're
Desperados,
touching boys?
battling for their lives,
Touching
suddenly given
boys.
something to live for.
Things are always happening that we don't expect. Now, you can think of them as an ordeal, or you can think of them as a great adventure.
Sounds like Kurt Russell, doesn't it?
What the hell
What is this?
We got no retro rockets. We're gonna crash.
High adventure, non-stop danger, a battle for life and glory with the future of the galaxy in the hands of 5 desperate outlaws and the 10-year-old boy who teaches them the true meaning of courage.
Don't let it touch you!
Space Raiders.
Don't let it
in a
touch
last
ya.
Desperate battle.
I've liked it.
Aliens from 1,000 worlds.
1,000 worlds all coming over to touch boys.
Now for you, boy.
Soaring through deadly laser fire. With the one boy brave enough to challenge the deadliest force in the universe.
We can fight him. Look, you're a kid. You're no gunner. I'm the only gunner you got. Come on, kid. Let's go get him.
He's a stowaway on a stolen
Oh
ship.
my God, how
10
long?
years old and 10 million
It's like the
miles
entire
from home.
movie. Jesus.
Space Raiders. The greatest adventure a kid ever had.
That sucks.
So Space Raiders, released in July of
forgot what we were
1983 and directed by Howard R. Cohen. Space Raiders tells the story of a mercenary space pirate and his crew. A 10-year-old boy stows away on the ship as the crew tries to return him to his planet while stopping the advance of a robot army. Checking in as an honorable mention, Space Raiders. Now,
Okay.
the boy played by the boy, his name is Peter.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be touched by aliens.
No, I don't think he wants to be.
No, that's right. Aliens want to touch him.
Stop saving me. I want to be touched by aliens.
He's played by David Mendenhall.
Okay.
David Mendenhall was the annoying little kid in the Sylvester Stallone movie Over the Top, the really bad arm wrestling movie.
As opposed to the really great arm wrestling movie.
It's so bad.
The Travis Bajan story.
So that's an honorable mention, Space Raiders, the 1983 film, which clearly you never saw.
Mendenhall also appeared in the comedy Going Bananas with Dom DeLuise and Jimmy J.J. Walker.
Dynamite.
Let's go.
All right, another honorable mention at number 12,
Yes.
Victor Raider Wexler. An American film and television actor best known for his roles as a star in the sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond and his dual roles of Mr. Kaplan and Mr. Kaufman in the sitcom The King of Queens.
Okay.
No?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Got nothing.
Victor Rader Wexler?
Nothing.
Honorable mention. And the final honorable mention, Nick Rader. No? He's a fictional Italian-American detective from the comic series Nick Rader. It's published by Sergio Bonelli from 1988 to 2005, created by Claudio Nizzi.
Sergio, were there jeans called Sergio Bonelli? Sergio
Was there?
Bonelli.
Check it out.
It was something like that.
Illustrated by Gampero Casanero.
Sergio Valente.
Oh, Sergio Valente.
Was the jeans.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
The character is known for his idealism, incorruptibility, and unwavering pursuit of justice, and he is our final honorable mention, Nick
All right.
Rader.
So far, we have no matching Raiders.
All right. This is the top 10 list of all-time Raiders. Number 10, checking in number 10, is Calico Jack. Calico Jack.
He was on the, I had a bunch of pirates as possible, but he's a pirate.
He was a pirate captain, probably of English nationality.
And I believe he was known for his wardrobe, his avant-garde use of color in his wardrobe.
Operating in the Bahamas and Jamaica during the early 18th century, he was active in 1720 towards the end of the golden age of piracy, and most remembered for having two female pirate crew members, Anne Bonny and Mary Read. Born John Rackham, Calico Jack was hanged on November 18, 1720, which ended his life. But he checks in at number 10.
Unless they did it wrong. He was hanged, and then in his second act, he became an accountant.
And then he died. So that's number 10, Calico Jack.
Calico Jack. Also not on my list.
All right, number 9, Sir Francis Drake.
Oh, I know who he is. But,
Yep.
Okay, no.
He was an English explorer, privateer, best known for making the second circumnavigation of the world in a single expedition between 1577 and 1580. During his voyages, Drake would lay plunder to coastal towns and ships for treasure and supplies as he went. So Sir Francis Drake at number 9.
Okay.
Number 8, Bartholomew Roberts.
The Dread Pirate Roberts?
Born John Roberts and known famously as Black Bart.
Black Bart
was a Welsh pirate.
Black. He was a black.
Measured by the vessels captured, the most successful pirate of the golden age of piracy.
On pirate graphs. Actually, that was next-gen pirate stats. On successful or vessels successfully captured?
Yes.
Above replacement.
Nicknamed Black Bart, despite not being black or having the birth name of Bart, Roberts took... He took over...
He's not black and he's not named Bart. Ergo, Black Bart.
He took over 400 prize ships and raided the Americas and West African coast between 1719 and 1722. He is noted...
That's a lot. That's busy.
Yeah, very busy. For creating his own pirate code and adopting an early variant of the skull and crossbones flag.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
All right. High-ranking pirate.
All right.
Not a raider.
Number 7. He was a raider.
No.
Pirates can be raiders. Yeah. Number 7. Nicolas Cage as John Madden.
Okay.
Born Nicholas Kim Coppola, Cage is an Academy Award-winning American actor and producer. He stars as Raiders head coach John Madden in an upcoming American biographical sports drama directed by David O. Russell. The film depicts the life of football legend John Madden and his involvement in the development of the Madden NFL video game. Number 7. Nicolas Cage as John Madden.
Okay.
The 7th greatest Raider of all time.
Of all time.
Number 6, Paul Revere and the Raiders.
There you go. Okay.
We're an American rock band formed in Boise, Idaho in 1958. They saw considerable U.S. mainstream success in the second half of the 1960s and early 1970s. The band was known for including Revolutionary War-style clothes in their attire. Their single...
The ladies loved that.
What are you looking for, Lucy? Looking for a man in Revolutionary War clothes.
Nice tricorn you got there. Let me see your front-loading musket or top-loading.
That's not a musket. Their single, Indian Reservation, is their only platinum-certified single and reached number 1 in the Billboard charts, making it their most commercially successful and highest-rated hit.
Interestingly, it wasn't about a governmentally supplied parcel of land. It was about a particular dinner that they had. I got him.
I totally spit my paper.
Yeah, it was. They just.
I was wondering where you're going with it.
Yes, they were.
It came out my nose. Ow.
I got him. Look how red he is. Yeah, they were deciding between Italian and Indian.
Look at my paper. I spit all over my paper.
They decided they were going to have Indian. So he said, "Look, it's a tough table to get. Let me make a call." And they ended up with
their song, their night out to dinner at your Indian restaurant.
Yeah, they had a nice
with the Roman candles.
They made a reservation at the. They got Indian, and it was a lovely night.
Oh my God, that was good. I didn't know where that was going.
I didn't either.
Very nice. Number 5, checking in number. That was number 6, by the way. Paul Revere and the Raiders. Number 5, Edward Teach, better known as Blackbeard, was a notorious English pirate who terrorized the Caribbean and the American colonies from 1716 to 1718. He did.
Okay.
Teach captained the vessel Queen Anne's Revenge, equipped with 40 guns and over 300 men. Blackbeard became a renowned pirate and raider of coastal towns all along the eastern seaboard. His nickname was derived from his thick black beard and fearsome appearance. That's number 5, Edward Teach.
Okay.
Number 4, Henry Morgan was a Welsh privateer.
Harry Morgan.
No, Henry Morgan.
Okay.
Welsh privateer, plantation owner, and later the lieutenant governor of Jamaica. He and those in his command raided settlements and shipping ports on the Spanish Main, becoming wealthy as they did so. With his wealth amassed, Morgan purchased sugar plantations in Jamaica. Years after his death, Morgan became the inspiration for the Captain Morgan rum brand.
Oh, well, that's very close, near and dear to your heart. I know that iteration of Matabatacola. Oh, boy, do I ever.
Captain Morgan, good stuff.
Here drinks the captain.
Yes, yar. Number 3, Lara Croft.
My number 10.
Is an iconic British archaeologist and adventurer who serves as the protagonist of the Tomb Raider video game franchise, breaking stereotypes for female characters and becoming a cultural icon through games, films, and other media. The character was brought to life on the big screen by actor
Angelina Jolie.
Correct, and checks in at number 3 on the top 10 Raiders of all time. So it's only 2 so far for you?
1.
I thought you had the Raiders, Paul Revere.
No, I didn't.
Really?
I did
not even on your list?
Not even on my list.
Jeez. You went real deep diving.
Look, I told you.
Okay.
I did a lot of work on this.
So number 2 on the list is a very famous historical figure. Started with humble roots as a Raider, but grew much bigger than that. Significant historical figure. Number 2 on our list, the top 10 list of all-time Raiders, Genghis Khan was the founder and first Khan of the Mongol Empire. After spending most of his life uniting the Mongol tribes, he launched a series of military campaigns conquering large parts of China and Central Asia.
He was the third of the Khan siblings, along with James and Madeline. It was just a nice Jewish family.
He's the youngest.
In Long Island, I believe. Yes, Genghis.
Who's your brother? Genghis.
Yeah, James Khan and Madeline Khan and Genghis.
All right, and the number 1 Raider of all time, and this is no dispute, Dr. Henry Walton Jones Jr., better known as Indiana Jones and often called Indy, is the title character and protagonist of the Indiana Jones franchise. George Lucas created the character in homage to the action heroes of the 1930s film serials. The character first appeared in the 1981 film Raiders of the Lost Ark, and that is your official list of the top 10 Raiders of all time.
Okay. Indiana Jones not on my list.
Wow, that's a travesty.
And I will tell you why.
Okay.
So first,
because you're wrong.
My list, and I'm glad that we have this kind of differential of disparity here. This is great. Here are my honorable mention all-time Raiders. It begins with things that kind of reminded me of the word Raider.
Okay.
And this goes with Protector of Earthrealm, Raiden.
Okay.
Raiden, the lightning guy with the hat.
Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat, Raiden. Even though it's not
it sounds
Raider,
like Raider.
It sounds enough.
Okay.
Along that same vein, one of my, in all seriousness, one of my major professional
crushes,
influences, Ray Rayner.
Oh, sounds like Raider.
Ray Rayner of WGN, of Ray Rayner and Friends, I I hate Bozo Circus. So he was involved with Bozo Circus before I even really had seen it, not know his character, the country bumpkin clown Oliver O. Oliver. But Ray Rayner breaking the fourth wall, doing a lot of things in television before other people got credit for doing them. I never missed Ray Rayner and friends. Third honorable mention, Radar O'Reilly of MASH. It's Radar, but if you say it fast, it sounds like Raider. He of Ottumwa, Iowa. I believe it's Walter Radar O'Reilly.
That sounds right.
Played by Gary Berghoff, known for his ability to hear the helicopters before they arrived and for his ability to essentially manage the 4077. So my last of the honorable mentions is a creature called a Wraid, W-R-A-I-D. A Wraid is found in the Star Wars universe, and from Wikipedia, you would know that Wraids are large, knuckle-walking reptilianoids indigenous to Tatooine, although also found on other desert worlds like Korriban and Tython, notable for a pair of very powerful forelimbs, which allowed them to move swiftly using long, bounding strides. Typically, they'd only move like this when agitated, however, which is exacerbated by the large claws on these limbs and their many sharp teeth. Their hind legs much smaller. All their movement power was from the front, and their skulls possessed plates of some kind that were actually in high demand by big game sport hunters to be used for armor. That Raid skull plates were purchased from hunters.
Like fine china.
For their use.
Yep.
So my last honorable mention is the Star Wars creature, the Wraid.
So the things that sounded like Raider.
Now.
Yep.
Now shit gets real.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Number 10, Lara Croft.
Okay.
Tomb Raider.
Yep.
Who we already mentioned. Number 9 is a well-known character from the game World of Warcraft. In 2005, there was a famous video posted of a planned raid by a group of World of Warcraft players, and they spent time on their gaming headsets working together a grand strategy to raid some of the monsters there. And a character named Leroy Jenkins apparently excused himself from the planning meeting because he said he had to go make some chicken. And the character, Leroy Jenkins, then returned to we made his chicken, came back to the game, but did not hear the complex planning meeting. And all he did was scream out his own name and go charging in to the enemy creature's lair in a way that ignored everything that occurred in the planning meeting and caused the entire raiding party to be killed. It went a little something like this.
Okay, guys, these eggs have given us a lot of trouble in the past. Does anybody need anything off this guy, or can we bypass him?
I think Leroy needs something from this guy.
Oh, he needs those devout shoulders? Isn't he a paladin?
Yeah, but that'll help him heal better. He'll have more mana.
Okay, well, what we'll do...
Nerds.
I'll run in first, gather up all the eggs so we can kind of just, blast them all down with AoE. I will use Intimidating Shout to kind of scatter them so we don't have to fight a whole bunch of them at once. When my shout's done, I'll need Anthony to come in and drop his shout too, so we can keep them scattered and not have to fight too many. When his is done, Bass, of course, will need to run in and do the same thing. We're going to need Divine Intervention on our mages so they can AE, so we can, of course, get them down fast because we're bringing all these guys. I mean, we'll be in trouble if we don't take them down quick. I think it's a pretty good plan. We should be able to pull it off this time. What do you think, Abdul? Can you give me a number crunch real quick?
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm coming up with 32.33, repeating, of course, percentage of survival.
Still pretty low, Abdul.
Better than we usually do.
Not good.
All
right, never tell me the odds.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins! Oh my god, he just ran in. Save him!
Oh, gee, stick to the plan.
Let's go.
Stick to the plan, Shove.
Stick to the plan.
Oh, gee.
Give me Divine Intervention.
Hurry up.
Shout.
He's saying I can't cast.
I can't move. Am I lagging, guys? I can't move. What? I can't hear you. Oh my God. The eggs keep spawning. More responding. I don't think you can cast. We got him. I got it. Take it off.
Come on, stay down.
Oh, you moron.
Leroy.
Jimmy.
This is ridiculous.
I'm on it. Yeah, this is bad. I killed before I could remove
all this. God. Oh,
See,
Spiffy res us.
Why do you do this, Leroy?
I'm trying.
It's not my fault.
Oh, for...
Great job.
For Christ's sake. Leroy, you were just stupid.
At least I have chicken.
Leroy Jenkins.
So good.
And at least he has chicken. Leroy Jenkins, my number 9 Raider of all time.
Nerds.
Number 8, checking in at number 8, is Chicago Cubs 1978 primary catcher Dave Rader. Bad. Dave, I don't know why they traded what they traded for Dave Rader. But they did. He was on St. Louis in 1977, and he had an 82 OPS plus. And so he came to the Cubs in a deal that, to me, makes little sense because the Cubs traded Jerry Morales, Steve Swisher, and Cash, who I believe were both all-stars in 77, for Hector Cruz and Dave Rader. It didn't go very well because Dave Rader was traded the next year. He was traded in 79 with Greg Gross and Manny Trio to the Phillies for Henry Mack, Derek Botello, Barry Foote, Jerry Martin, and Ted Sizemore.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Bums.
What is everybody doing?
Right.
But that is the number 8 Raider of all time, former Cub Dave Rader.
That's on your list.
Now, in my research, I came across my number 7 Raider as something that kind of missed me. But apparently in the mid-90s, during cartoons, the kids would see an advertisement for milk, where it was like the dairy manufacturers or whatever it was, the National Milk Board, created an animated PSA or commercial to get kids to drink milk. And they used something, and the music behind it must have been the music of the time, which to me sounds either like The Offspring or Ministry. There's some sort of like post-punk industrial thing going on here, as you watched a cartoon character inside a refrigerator take giant bites of cake and leftovers and things before desperately searching out the milk. And he was known as the Refrigerator Raider.
Refrigerator Raider. Refrigerator Raider. Refrigerator Raider.
You've got a refrigerator.
Sounds like young Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that there were a lot of people in their childhood somewhere. The Refrigerator Raider. Refrigerator Raider. Refrigerator
In the
Raider.
refrigerator machine.
Refrigerator Raider was important to them. So he checks in at number 7.
All right.
Excuse me. At number 6, John Brown for the raid on Harper's Ferry. John Brown was an abolitionist, and from October 16th to 18th, 1859, he attempted to initiate a slave revolt in the South by taking over the U.S. arsenal at Harper's Ferry, Virginia. And it was considered one of the matches that was lit over the tinder of the country to begin the Civil War. So he tried to attack this fort, tried to arm the slaves and say, this can be done. Here is your slave rebellion. So that was John Brown and the raid on Harper's Ferry for his attempt at a violent fomentation of abolition.
And that was 5.
That was 6.
6. Okay, this is your top 5 now.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Number 5, we have a tie.
Okay.
We have a tie.
I like ties.
Because I could not choose the proper representation of your swaggering 1980s corporate raider, using leveraged buyouts, using the opportunity to buy up stock, to have hostile takeovers of companies. Carl Icahn and T. Boone Pickens.
Oh, not Gordon Gekko?
Nope. Carl Icahn and T. Boone Pickens are tied at number 5. They are both representing the aspect of corporate raider.
Okay.
Number 4. Congratulations to the S.C. Johnson Wax Company and the ad agency Foot, Cone, and Belding. S.C. Johnson Wax Company came up with a brand that is still the dominant one when it comes to pesticides. That brand, Raid. Nice. So I count S.C. Johnson Wax Company as being raiders. And the same goes for Foot, Cone, and Belding, that in 1956 came up with the campaign and the slogan "Kills Bugs Dead," which ran until 2016.
Wow.
From 1956 to 2016. That's a 60-year run of an ad campaign. That's pretty remarkable.
Because it doesn't just kill bugs, it kills them dead.
Kills them dead.
Right.
He done killed him dead.
Right. Just like when that pirate was hanged, it ended his life.
It ended his life.
Yes.
Interesting how that works.
Yes.
So that's number 4. At number 3, you knew that I couldn't have former Cub catcher Dave Rader without having one-time White Sox interim manager and the pride of Glenbrook North High School and Illinois Wesleyan University, Doug the Red Rooster Rader.
Okay.
Doug Rader is famous in baseball for a prank. He was known as a bit of a free spirit, an interesting guy, and I believe still is to this day. He'd be a great guest if some point he wanted to pick up a phone. Rader was a third baseman and a first baseman for the Astros, the Padres, and the Blue Jays. He was a manager of the Rangers, briefly with the White Sox in that ill-fated 1986 season that I still think deserves its own documentary series. And of the California Angels for a couple years. He was a coach with the Padres and a coach with the Cubs in 86 and 87. 5-time Gold Glove winner. But that's not why he's famous.
5 consecutive seasons.
That Doug Rader is the guy who famously, when a teammate was to be presented with a birthday cake, before the teammate could get the birthday cake, Doug Rader took a shit on it.
Oh, okay.
A famous story, as was told by Jim Bouton in the book Ball 4, that never leave a teammate's birthday cake in a place where the Red Rooster could find it, because he put a special birthday present on top of that cake. So my number 3 all-time Raider, the Red Rooster, Doug Rader.
All right, if you're a little younger, or maybe you just don't know the name Doug Rader as a White Sox manager, he actually filled in as interim manager for just 2 games.
In 86.
After Tony La Russa was fired.
Mm-hmm.
And the White Sox went 1-1 in his 2 games before Jim Fergosi took over as the permanent manager. He was the club's hitting instructor at the time. Doug Rader.
The number 2 all-time Raider is the Twix chocolate bar.
Okay.
The Twix chocolate bar, made by Mars Incorporated, consisting of a biscuit applied with other confectionery toppings and coatings, most frequently caramel and milk chocolate. Twix was first produced in the United Kingdom in 1967, introduced in the U.S. in 1976, again in 1979. The name, just so you know, is a portmanteau of twin sticks.
Twix.
That's where you get Twix.
Twix is for kids.
Before its name was changed in 1991, Twix in Europe was called Raider.
Huh.
R-A-I-D-E-R. It was referred to as Raider. In Denmark, Finland, Norway, Sweden, and Turkey, the Raider brand was resurrected for retro editions, sold in Germany in 2009. and in the Netherlands, Belgium, Finland, and Sweden in 2015, in Switzerland in late 2023. So there are places where it is still known as Raider. I happen to love Twix. I'm going to miss it on Halloween. I used to love being a raider myself of the kids' Halloween haul and stealing their Twix.
You can buy some.
I could. It's not the same as stealing it from your own children. It doesn't have, the same transgression.
Doesn't taste the same.
The same thrill.
Right.
It doesn't taste the same.
The razor blades.
But indeed, Twix was referred to, and it began its life as a candy bar called Raider.
All right, then.
Which takes us to
number one.
The reveal. The number one Raider of all time, Salah Mohammed Faisal El Kahir.
Okay. All right. Let's hear this one.
Because you can have Indiana Jones.
Yep.
He can't do any of that without Salah. That everything that happened, there is no possible way, whatever far-flung country it may be, wherever he is, there is always a point where without Salah, the story ends. Not to mention, for you, Matt Abaticola, what he has something in common with one of your current great heroes. That Salah is a wonderful singer, as you know, in his deep Welsh baritone. I am the monarch of the sea.
Yes.
That he loves to break into song. There's another famous Welsh baritone named Tom Jones.
Yes, who whoop your ass, by the way.
He'll whoop your ass, and I know you're a huge fan. But if you really start to look, Salah is described as a hefty, bearded Egyptian excavator. That's what he is. He is a raider.
Yeah.
He was a raider of the Lost Ark. He helped his dear friend Indiana Jones also find, although unsuccessfully retrieve, the Holy Grail. And I'll be damned if you are going to have it's raiders, plural, of the Lost Ark. And I would say that the one who has always deserved more credit, Asps, very dangerous.
Well, also
you go first.
Saved Indy's life.
Of course.
From what became a really, really bad segment that we did called Bad Dates.
Bad Dates. That's true.
Yes.
From the monkey that poisoned the dates.
Yes.
Salah Mohammed Faisal El Kahir, my number one all-time Raider.
All right, there you go. That's the list of Raiders, the Raiders of all time. Top 10 Raiders. Man, you did some work there.
I did.
Boy.
I love this bit.
Did you sweat? You were working hard. Digging deep.
No, I'm good.
Digging deep and working hard.
I'm good.
I love it.
I'm all set for the game. I am set for Bears and Raiders now, and I hope you are set to join us after the game when we bring you. It's the great thing about our post-game show here in Forward Progress is it is absolute first blush that we don't have time to sit down and listen to anything anybody else has said. We watch the same game you watch. And we go right on.
And just react.
And I don't give it away, all this stuff on you can't follow in social media and think, I know what he's going to say. I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, you don't know until you flip on YouTube and you tune us in and you hear what we have to say on Sunday.
So what you need to do is just check in with us. Right, if you have subscribed already, make sure you do that little bell icon. That gives you the notifications right to your phone that we are going live. You want to know that. And you're still watching the game, pull it up on your phone. Pull it up on your phone, watch the game, and watch with us and watch along. Lots of great interaction,
wherever
too.
you are. It may be this Sunday your kids got a game, or it may be you're out with the wife antiquing.
Yeah.
You could be or with your husband. You could be antiquing. You could be apple picking. You could be getting cinnamon donuts. But we're right there on your phone.
Yeah, so do that. Check in with us and hang out for the post-game show immediately following the Bears and Raiders. And again, if the game isn't going so well, or maybe it's going really well, we might start a little earlier than the final whistle blows. So check us out. This is Forward Progress, and we will talk to you on Sunday after the Bears game.
Forward Progress. A Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abaticola on 312 Sports.